we're going to talk about today is affordability.
In most cases, people can buy and it be cheaper than if they were renting, especially with the different programs where we're seeing it from the difference of somebody who maybe this is their first house and gosh, we're even doing the grant funds to cover their down payment, and they're getting into a house for little to nothing, and now they're being able to own their first home, and they have immediate equity because the grant you don't pay back that cover the down payment. There's also the difference of interest rates are just phenomenal right now. You know, in FHA, you're looking anywhere between 3.25% to 3.5%, and on conventional, anywhere between realistically 3.625 to 3.875. You know, with great credit, and you know,
what's so cool is that there's almost like the perfect storm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because everything
there will be
is
a storm later.
Yeah,
sure.
Right. Everything is coming together and making it, possible for so many people to buy a beautiful home. And what that's doing, that's driving this market to where in some zip codes and in some price ranges, I was just looking, the absorption rate that I just talked about is 95%. So 95% of the homes that are on the market sell in a month.
I think another thing that's important, you know, and it's always been a historical aspect, is we're in a presidential election year. And after the election, rates historically have always increased. And I think most people know that. The media speaks to that. And, you know, who knows what's going to happen from the presidential election side of things. And there's still a little bit of the talk of, you know, some economists feel like there might be a little bit of a slowdown. But I think that's also just natural. Right now we're in a seller's market. In the next 60 days is when a lot of people opt to actually list their home.
So if you own a home between 1,300 and 1,700 square feet, you need to sell that sucker, and you need to buy in the 2,500 square feet, because historically, this is the highest that those homes have been. You know, it's not per square foot and not anything like that, but just the difference between those two price ranges has never been better than it is right now.
Yeah. I think another thing to bring up as well on the lending side. So one of the automated systems that we run through for approvals DU, they had a new version come out, and one of the adjustments that Fannie Mae made were in regards to the amount of properties when financed. So they typically have a limit of 10 loans to one individual, and before they limited the amount where you could do a cash out refinance. Well, now they've increased that. So for you investors or people that have rentals, because rates are so great, and this is almost somewhat to what Fourth is speaking to, we can look at that overall portfolio and do some equity repositioning between properties. Maybe you own, an 80% loan to value on one and a 30% loan to value on the other.
And cash flows.
We can spread that and equal that out, which then frees up cash for you to be able to then purchase something else.
Because the values of the smaller homes have gone up.
Right.
I mean, like 40 and 50%. Seriously, in the last 3 or 4 years, the homes that are less than 1,200, 1,300 square feet, it's just all supply and demand. But there's like half as many as there was last year, and they're worth, I'm not going to say twice as much, but a lot more.
A lot more, sure.
So if you have any questions about any of this, or if you need a great lender or somebody to list your house and sell it this week. Exactly. Please get a hold of us. I'm at 916-316-3810. Call me or text me. And I'm at fourth@thehoytgroup.com. And you are?
Evangeline Scott, Alpine Mortgage Planning, 916-496-0160.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next time.